And welcome to another episode of Gamerheads. My name is Roger, aka Rogue Leader 76, and with me are my co-host Blue,
aka Writer's View,
and my other co-host Mike,
aka Pezman Mike.
Welcome to the show. We have a lot to cover this week. We'll be talking about what we're thankful for in 2018. We'll also be going through the video game news, and we have a review of Sports Party on the Switch. It's a Switch exclusive, so we'll be talking about that. And then our hot topic this week is what games we think are going to win the Game of the Year at the Game Awards show. So that's all of that. So we'll start off then with what we're thankful for in 2018. So mine are pretty sarcastic. But yeah, so we'll start with that.
Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that gamers are sarcastic?
No,
at times on the internet?
No, never.
That wasn't a sarcastic answer at all.
Yeah, I'm never sarcastic. I'm always very straightforward. Yeah. So, what we're thankful for. I'm thankful for in 2018 that No Man's Sky finally released with the version we were all expecting in 2016. And they're still releasing new content. Who's playing that game anyway? I tried to play it again after the new content released, and I was just like, nah, okay.
I got into it. I got into it for about half an hour.
You know, that was one of the reasons I got a PlayStation 4 is because of No Man's Sky too.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, no, me too. Well, I'm not. Spider-Man's out, so that's and Red Dead 2, so that's good.
You're gonna be all right then.
I'll be all right. Blue, what are you thankful for in 2018?
I am thankful for games that come with demos.
Oh, is that true? Are you really thankful for that?
I really am, because you browse the PlayStation Store, you browse the Nintendo eShop, and you can sort by which games come with demos. And so if you have a night where you're bored or you've heard a lot about a certain game but you're not sure if it's for you, you can just download the demo.
Yeah. I beat Captain Toad, the demo for Captain Toad. Does that count that I beat a game then? Does that...
Sure, why not?
Yes,
we'll
another one under my belt. Yeah, so I beat that. You know, I will say, like, Octopath Traveler, the demo for that was great because you got to play the first...
Wasn't it?
Yeah, like, it was like first, I don't know, a couple hours, right? And then that actually transferred to the full game if you bought the full game. So that was awesome.
I was blown away by Primrose's story. It's just so well written. I love that demo.
Yeah, I was surprised that Nintendo allowed that to happen, actually.
Yeah.
Allowed it to happen? What do you mean?
Have you played Primrose Story at all?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay. Do you have Octopath Traveler or not?
I do. I just haven't got that far into it.
Okay. She was my main character that I started with.
Yeah.
So yeah, she no, you gotta play it. I'm not gonna
It must not be good from what I
some of the dialogue is the dialogue is a little interesting.
Yes. A little adult like, if you will.
I see. Okie doke.
It's revolutionary for Nintendo in 2018. Although they did allow Night Trap on Nintendo Switch, the remake of Night Trap. So
that's true.
Maybe Nintendo's progressive now. I don't know.
Well, you were reviewing the Friday the 13th puzzle game the other day, so I mean,
that's true. That's true. That is pretty progressive. Mike, what are you thankful for in 2018?
I'm thankful for the continued existence of open world games.
Yay.
Because they help me realize how easily I'm distracted.
And actually, that's a topic I want to talk about in the future too. Is can an open world game be too open world? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not possible. Not possible.
I don't know. Red Dead kind of borderlines that, I think.
Yeah, in playing Red Dead Redemption 2, there was nothing that helped drive this point home more than me racing on my horse to go save my friend who's been jailed,
Yes.
and about to have a date with the hangman in a complete and total rush, and then seeing a trail of smoke in the distance and saying, I've got some time. I'll go see what that smoke is. And the next thing I know, I'm hunting crocodiles 3 hours later while they're burying my friend. So thank you, distracting open world games.
True be that. I have another thankful.
Okay.
In 2018, I'm thankful for Bethesda still producing games with bugs. And not the kind you squash.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I fought a lot of cockroaches in Fallout 76 so far.
I mean, come on. Every Bethesda game is like known to have like glitches and issues, and you would think that in 2018 you would have learned from all your mistakes, but no, that's Bethesda's thing. They can't shy away from that.
Well, not to defend Bethesda, but surely you guys are seeing all the clips of the Red Dead glitches. Surely.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are.
Yeah,
I know. It seems like more prevalent in Bethesda's game than Rockstar. But no, I mean, every game's gonna have their glitches, so it wouldn't be job security if they didn't have glitches, right?
Yep. I was actually able to fly in the first Red Dead.
What?
There was so if you look, so when the first Red Dead came out, there was a glitch that would allow humans to fly, like characters to fly, and somebody taped it and put the R. Kelly song to go with it from Space Jam, and
Nice.
and I thought that was hilarious. But then I was playing with my buddy one day, and I jumped and like hit a hill. And all of a sudden, my character started flapping his arms like wings, and I just took off to the sky, and I started freaking out. Yeah.
He was going to heaven. You killed him.
I took him as far up as I possibly could. The entire map was just a blip, and then I let go of the jump button, and then for the next 5 minutes, I was free falling.
You should have taped that, and then you could have played Tom Petty's song "Free Falling."
There we go.
Nice.
Or learning to fly.
Oh, learning to fly, yeah. Blue, do you have any other thankful things that you're thankful for?
Yes, I am thankful that as of today, there's only 71 more days until Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to do that game justice because I said to Christian the other day, I said, man, I miss you. And he's like, that's okay, you got Blue to cover the Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all you need. And I said, that's true.
That's all we're keeping Christian around for.
That was it, yeah.
That was it.
But now that Blue's on our show, well, now I'll see you later, Christian. No, I'm kidding.
I'll do you proud, Christian.
Nice. Yeah, I have to play the first two before that comes out. Crap, I do not have much time.
You have to play so much more than just the first two.
The first 9.
Yeah.
Crap.
If you want to have any hope of understanding the story, don't think you can just play 1 and 2.
Yeah, who do you think you are, Roger?
I'm in big trouble.
I know. Well, like Christian said on the show, I forget how many weeks ago, he said that they made all these side games for all these other, handheld consoles and stuff, but they decided to make every single one super important to the overall story.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Oh, yeah. Man, the life of a gamer, huh?
I know, right? First world problems.
It is. It's real. The trouble is real, or whatever that.
The struggle.
The struggle
is real.
Yeah.
I guess it's not so real for you if you don't know the saying.
That's true. I'm starting a new saying, Blue. So.
Oh, okay. Give me the heads up beforehand, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's great, Roger."
We're professional.
Yeah. Mike, do you have any other things that you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for Nintendo's decision to have just the original Smash characters available at first when you're playing Smash Ultimate.
Ooh,
and going the classic. I'm sorry?
Controversy.
Controversy?
Well, I mean, anytime you say anything about a Smash roster.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, where's Waluigi? I need my Waluigi.
Yeah, right.
I liked their the unlocking the secret characters. I don't like having all the characters available right at the outset.
Mm. Do you like them hidden behind DLC or
Oh no,
amiibos?
Or microtransactions?
Yeah, microtransactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So I like going through and unlocking the characters, trying to find all the ways to do that.
Yeah, there's only one character I am gonna play, and only one. Well, no, that's not true. But I am looking forward to Simon Belmont. I'm a huge Castlevania fan. I've said this over and over in every episode, but man, I cannot wait for Castlevania.
Well, okay, but who are you gonna play to unlock Simon?
I know, that's the thing. I don't know. Does he come? Do we know? I mean, he's an amiibo. Is that the only way you can unlock him, or can you unlock him other ways? Okay.
Yeah, you're going to be able to unlock them other ways.
Okay.
I don't even think they announced the Simon Belmont amiibo yet. So.
Oh, they did.
Or did they?
Yeah, they did a couple, like a month ago or so. Yeah. Oh. So I'm keeping my eye out for that, Mike. I know my Simon Belmont amiibo.
I am not going to question you, sir.
I have one last thankful for, and I'm thankful for in 2018, Fortnite is still in beta, so they can get it right before it launches.
Thank the Lord for that.
Yeah. It's crazy. I know we mentioned this last time, but it is crazy to think a game that's in beta is making millions of dollars. That's insane. I don't know.
That's Fortnite. That's all I hear every day, all day.
Yeah, I know. There's a friend, Tyler, on the Better Than Static show. He plays that game a lot, and I teased him the other day. I said, there's more than just Fortnite out there, and he said, yeah, I know. I just enjoy playing it, and I shouldn't make fun of people that enjoy playing games. So I apologized.
I'll say if I was better at Fortnite, I'd probably enjoy it more.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I think to be better at it, you have to put in more than like the 25 minutes that I put into it. So
yeah.
I can't believe you couldn't master it in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I don't know. I tried.
Now I know how everybody in my college dorm felt when they played against me in GoldenEye.
Oh, man.
It's not a good feeling.
Wow. Mike, throwing the gauntlet down.
I was a master at GoldenEye.
Wow.
Not that I I don't want to toot my own horn or anything like that, but toot away, I guess.
Nice.
I almost failed a couple classes because of it too, so it was worth it.
Personally, I think if you don't have at least one class in danger because of a video game, then you're not doing college right.
That's true. Right. That's a very good point. That's quotable.
That is. Mm-hmm. That should be on a t-shirt.
Feel free.
Yeah.
I'm going to come up with t-shirts, and that will be one of the slogans that will be on our t-shirt.
I know, we need a merch store. That would be so cool.
Yep.
Totally doing it. That would be awesome. Blue, do you have any other thankfuls?
I do. I am thankful for PC games that come to consoles.
Oh.
Specifically, that means that this year I got to play Hollow Knight, and that is my mostest favorite game of the whole year.
Nice.
And it would have been a very sad 2018 without it.
Wow. That is high praise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do have Hollow Knight. I have this whole week off. I think I'll have to dig into Hollow Knight some.
Do it. It will be time so well spent.
I have so many games I have to play this week. This is crazy. But no, I will.
No, listen to me and do what I say.
Whoa. Speaking of throwing the gauntlet down.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I'm doing this for your own good, Roger. You need to play Hollow Knight.
Okay, I will. I will play that game. No, it does look good. I did play a little bit of it. Then other things. I'm like a dog that sees a squirrel. I'm distracted very quickly.
So you're going to leave your friend to hang, and you're going to go chase crocodiles.
Exactly. I see the smoke, and then I go that way. Mike, do you have any other thankfuls?
Yes, I have one more thing I'm thankful for. And in 2018, I'm thankful for the same thing I'm thankful for every year, and that is red barrels. Because when you've got an army of zombies coming at you, and you've only got about 4 bullets left, that red barrel is there to save your life. I don't know who filled it.
And just left it there?
Yes, I don't know why they made it, so easily flammable by just a single bullet. But thank you, inventor of red barrels. You saved my life on countless occasions.
Oh, that is so funny that you say that, because now I'm imagining some like guy who's like, well, I'm going to put this right here. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I'll put it right here in case anybody needs it.
That's right. It's the same guy who put the chicken in the walls.
Yes, that's right. That's right. What are you doing? I am putting chickens in the walls. Don't do that.
Can I interest you in some red barrels? No.
No. Yeah. Leave those red barrels at home. Do either of you have any other thankfuls?
No.
I'm good.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
done too.
lots. It's been a crazy great year for games. So
It really
I
has
think
been.
Everybody has a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah. And I will say my last thankful is a sincere one, that I'm thankful for both of you and Christian for being on my show with me. Not my show, it's our show. So being on something that I created 2 years ago. This is 2 years in the making now. And I'm thankful that you guys are on the show. And I will admit that I was about to quit the show, but you guys have inspired me to continue with the show. So thank you very much. And thank you to our listeners as well.
Aww.
I'm so heartwarmed right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a lot of mashed potatoes in that thankfulness right there.
Mashed potatoes.
Hey, I'm in charge of the mashed potatoes this year for family Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of anything. My parents are putting on Thanksgiving, so yay for me. One quick story. We hosted Thanksgiving at our house a couple of years ago, and we were making a turkey in the oven, and the power went out, and but the turkey was done. It was crazy. Like the power went out right when the turkey should have been done, and we actually thought it had to cook for another 2 hours. So we're like, oh, good. Like it turned out that was like a blessing in disguise. But
because otherwise you would have burned it.
Yeah, exactly. We've been like overcooked.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but then my wife went to the grocery store, and there's this young kid that works at this grocery store, and like I haven't seen him in a long time, but he would always like ask you really random questions, and he said to my wife, how was your Thanksgiving? And she was like, well, the power went out, and he's like, well, somebody didn't pay their bills. Like, what? Why would you think that was we're like, no, the power went out like through the whole city, like somebody hit a transformer or something like that. But like, I don't know, it was just a funny story, like, oh, somebody didn't pay their bills. No, that's not true, kid.
How are those social skills, kid? Doing good?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not working there anymore. I don't know. All right, well then let's go on to our video game news stories. So I have a couple items here that I made note of, and then if either of you have more news, we can certainly go through that as well. So the very first thing that I have for the news is that Reggie Fils-Aimé, otherwise lovely called Reggie on our show, defends continued support of 3DS line and believes that next-gen gamers need somewhere to start.
That seems like a weird thing that you would need to defend.
Well, the reason
Why does anybody care?
Oh, they care.
Well, I'm sure they do.
You're asking about
I'm sure
Nintendo?
they care. But why?
Oh, you should see, if you go at any of the boards, like any message boards, like people just freak out when they announce there's a new 3DS game. They're like, 3DS is dead. Just put all your resources to Switch. This is dumb. It's like, why can't they do both? I understand, like, there's maybe a concern that, we don't have enough games coming out on a Switch, and now you're putting resources to the 3DS, but I feel like Nintendo's doing a good enough job with... I mean, that would have been a complaint for the Wii U, for sure, but I don't know about the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's... Really? That's why they're upset?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
There are, like, a quadzillion games on this Switch.
Well,
like every time you go and look at all the new indie games that come out every week, I'm like, ooh, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, but I'm not a millionaire. That's just, okay, whatever. I guess people are going to complain about what they're going to complain about, but wow.
Yep.
When they first announced the Switch, I was concerned that they were also going to be working on a successor to the 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
Because the concept of the Switch would just cannibalize their own sales if they released another handheld. And I have no problem with them supporting the 3DS. The new Luigi's Mansion just came out. But here's the thing: is that as gamers, we all know that Reggie is the master of corporate speak.
Yeah.
Like, the things that he says are just perfect in the world of corporate answers.
Yeah.
So, so that's why I take whatever he says with a grain of salt, because that's he's saying what we need to hear,
Yeah.
as opposed to what we want to hear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're also. What is he, like Batman of the video game world? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, he's so wise.
I do think that, I mean, Nintendo, I don't know. I mean, like their 3DS and 2DS, the new 2DS, I mean, of course they're going to continue to support that, because I do think that's an entry level into the Switch. It's a cheaper, entry for parents to be able to buy something that's handheld and portable for their kids. I don't know. But it's weird though, because they are discontinuing some of the services on the 3DS. Like, aren't they discontinuing like the Street Pass stuff? I don't remember, but certainly they did the Miiverse. They ended that, which I actually really liked.
Yeah, they stopped the whole Street Pass thing. They stopped putting one of the things I love doing. We're getting puzzle pieces in the from like going to like McDonald's and something, because they had like the Street Pass hotspot where you would like meet 10 people. And I always like putting together those puzzle pieces, but they stopped releasing puzzles like 2-3 years ago. So it's very slowly dying out.
Yeah. I mean, and I get that too. They can't continue to support that, but I don't know. I like the 3. I mean, we talked about this last week. I think the 3DS is still an awesome system, and I don't have a problem with them to continue to support it. They're doing fine enough with the Switch. I guess I don't have a problem with them looking at, diversifying their book, and they continue to diversify their book. So anyway, that's that. And then the next item that I have here is that Cliffy B, otherwise his real name is Cliff Bleszinski, yeah, sorry. Co-founder of Boss Key, creators of Lawbreakers, says he's done making games. So in a tweet that who was sent to him by a gamer, the gamer said that he would have liked to have his money back for the game, and then let me just pull up his response to that. He said, "I paid my employees their 401ks and their healthcare even months after the studio folded, so they could take care of their families. I didn't take a salary for myself for 2 years. I get you're sad, but God, this kind of bleep is another reason I am never making another game." And then there's additional controversy to that, because then one of the game developers that worked at his studio said, months? I got severance pay for 3 weeks. So, I don't know.
Boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I don't know. Maybe he's just angry and frustrated, and right now, I don't know, maybe he'll come back. But, I've heard people that played Lawbreakers, they did like it. The people that I've talked to about it said it's a fun game. It's just too bad that not many people played it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, look, he was successful. He did Gears of War, right? That was his thing. And Jazz Jackrabbit, I think he did it back in the day.
Yep.
So and Gears of War was a great game. But it just seems like, what has he made since then?
Lawbreakers.
And that's well, you know what I mean.
I know.
Not that I'm trying to diminish him as a developer. Obviously, he's a lot more talented than I'll ever be. But I don't know. It just seems like he was. I think a lot of it was Gears, but then a lot of it also was his personality. He was kind of like the outspoken developer who was always, like saying all these crude and crazy things, if I remember correctly. But it's been a while since I heard from him.
Yeah. No, yeah, he is kind of the outsider of video game. And I think that's the reason. I mean, he used to work at Epic, and I think that's the reason he left, because he felt he was burnt out and he wanted to do something different. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he'll come back, but I mean, it must be frustrating when you pour your heart and soul into something and then everybody just trashes on it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I
but
get it.
if you can't handle rejection or the fact that consumers may want a refund from time to time, you really shouldn't be putting products out there.
Agreed. No, I agree with that. I mean, I think you have to have a thick skin in this business for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that you put out there, right? Like I think you have to have thick skin, and either you can, this is your life lesson for today, folks. You can either take criticism and be upset with it and let it burden you, or you can take criticism and say, "Hey, I'm going to do better, and I'm going to show that I can do better." Right? So,
Yep.
Sometimes people give you criticisms because they know that you can do better and they want you to do better. I mean, I don't know if asking for a refund is is good criticism, but some people do give good criticism, right? And I it's the same thing with game reviews. I think if you're a developer and you get a review that was not favorable, I mean, take it and run with it and prove that you can do something different. I guess this has always been my philosophy.
Yeah, agreed.
This podcast is a lot more deep than I was expecting it to be today. We've gone from talking about red barrels and open world games to philosophical. I like this. Don't get me wrong. This is awesome.
Oh, it's deep,
Yeah.
but it might not be
we are
philosophical.
super deep.
Yeah, we're deep in something. My last item that I have here for the news is that Sony announced that they will not be at E3 next year. Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, but their show last year was kind of crazy, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
I think they kind of like along the same lines of Cliff here, with the previous story, because they got a lot of heat.
Yeah.
From their last conference, and I know there, if I remember correctly when I was watching it, there were technical issues.
Yes.
And like people weren't sure what it was. I know some people weren't too happy about them saying, "Well, we're only going to focus on 4 games here," but then they still showed off some trailers. I think they're just like, you know what, we're getting a lot of static, so we're just going to bow out. Kind of, I'm not going to say completely, but somewhat along the lines of Nintendo. When they stopped doing a live show after that awful Wii U, where they're like, okay, we got one more surprise for you.
Yeah.
Here's some streamers falling from the ceiling. Yay.
Yay.
So, yeah, after that, and then Nintendo started just doing a direct. I wonder if that's the route they're gonna go down.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't it EA, or what is the other company that doesn't participate in the E3? They do their own E3 thing. Who is that? There's another company that does. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. But
whoever it is doing such a good job that we know them immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is E3. I mean EA. I'm sorry. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, I guess you're right, because Nintendo kind of does the same thing, right? They do their Treehouse event, which whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
There's some big changes going on, and I will say, like, over the past 2 years, my favorite press conference is not a press conference at all. It's been the presentation from Devolver Digital.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they just basically rip on every other E3 press conference like trope. It is so funny. And the hilarious thing is they show, like, when they show like audience, when they cut to the audience reaction, it's always the exact same 3 audience reaction clips over and over again. It's just
nice.
It's so over the top. Like, seriously, go to YouTube, just type in Devolver Digital E3 conference. It is so funny. It is hilarious.
I'll have to check that out. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Blue, what are your thoughts?
Well, when I heard it, it sounded like such a Sony thing to do. Because, not too long ago, we were talking about cross-compatibility and how Sony was being the holdout. Like, no, we don't want to play with the other consoles. So now they're like, well, we don't want to play with E3. Who knows what they're going to do instead. But,
yeah,
I mean, I guess it could be, like Mike was saying, with the whole Cliff thing. You could totally argue that gamers are a bit spoiled now. And that, if you're only going to talk about 4 games, well, that's not nearly enough. We want more. You know, we want everything to be perfect and blow our mind every year. And so you could argue that. But then again, you could also argue that if gamers are spoiled, it's because they've helped make them so.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to do with that, good or bad, but...
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. We'll see what they do instead, if they, have their own conference or whatever, but certainly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have for the news. Do you either of you have anything for the news?
It looks like we're not going to get an N64 Classic for Christmas after
what?
all.
Aww.
I know a lot of people were saying that we, because the patents had been filed and all that kind of stuff, that we were gonna have one, and then they came out and said no, not to expect it. So I know Christmas is ruined.
Yeah, you ruined Christmas again, Nintendo.
Thanks a lot. I actually, so this is just the hopeful kid gamer in me, but I'm hoping that what that really means is we're not working on the N64 Classic right now, because we're working on the Game Boy Classic right now.
Oh, yeah.
I want one of those.
Yes.
So bad.
That's
that would
what
be
I'm
cool.
hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and I don't think I wouldn't hold up too much hope for that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Don't ruin our dreams twice.
Yeah, really.
Jeez.
Now I'm sad.
Nintendo the Grinch of Christmas. No, I don't know. Reggie was saying that expect more about their Nintendo online services too. So maybe they're going to be focusing on bringing some of those classic games to the Switch Online. Although he said that they haven't even scraped the surface of the NES library that they want to bring to the Switch Online service.
Contra.
Yeah, probably.
Just one Contra.
Yeah.
That's all.
Just give me Contra. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Contra with online co-op.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, well, I guess we'll have to see. I guess did they have Castlevania, the original Castlevania? I don't remember if they put that onto the online service or not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm thinking that maybe there's a thing with Konami there. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
And
I want to see the Disney afternoon games on there, but I'm sure it won't happen.
Yeah, that probably won't happen either. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Any other news or thoughts that you guys have?
I got nothing.
All right, then let's move into the game that we are reviewing this week. And this game is a Switch exclusive game. It is from Ubisoft, and it is Sports Party. So, like I said, it's a Switch exclusive game. It is a party game with several different several different games that you can play on your Switch. And that includes, let me just pull that up here quick. That includes frisbee, jet ski, basketball, golf, skateboarding, and beach tennis. I didn't know beach tennis was a thing until I played this game.
I want to make sure we come back to beach tennis.
Isn't that called volleyball?
No, it is. I thought so too, but it's not. It's beach tennis, Mike. Beach tennis.
Oh, all right.
You can customize your avatar, and you can compete against your friends. Locally, I don't think there's any online co-op or gameplay on that. But yeah, you can compete in different sports games on a beach, which is it kind of reminded me of remember when Wii Sports Resorts came out and they had that island? The island kind of reminded me of sports resorts, Wii Sports Resorts. But not in depth like Wii Sports Resorts is. So the game, so I will say the positives first. I really like the fact that it's super easy to pick up. Like anybody can pick up this game and play it, and jump in and not be lost. And it's kind of cool that you could. Well, I mean, I like the fact that you can, create your avatar. But the avatar creation reminded me a lot of like the early Sims, where you didn't have a whole lot of options. It was just kind of like a base model.
Well, hey, do you want options or do you want to play beach tennis?
Yeah, you're just wasting your time. Just get straight to the tennis.
I like creation modes, people. I like to create things. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's just me, but I do like in-depth creation modes. And I mean, in this game, the way that it works is that as you play along, you level up your character, and then you can unlock new things that you can, add to your avatar. But there's only so many shoes that I could care less about. I don't know. So I will say this. I was struggling with this game because I was playing with the button control. If you're going to play this game, use motion control, because I'm going to say this right now. Stay away from the button control because it is not intuitive. It does not make any sense. Like, you're trained, your mind, it's funny how your mind is trained when you play certain golf games or certain basketball games on the Wii, right? Or any sports. And your mind will have a really hard time adjusting to this game if you're playing with the controls. Play with the motion controls, and you'll have so much easier time playing this game.
So how does the Frisbee work? Because I love Frisbee, and I'm wondering, because I saw that, I'm like, oh, Frisbee, I like Frisbee, so tell me about Frisbee.
So, Frisbee. So...
Uh-oh.
I would say that was probably like my least favorite game. So there's this one challenge where they have different targets on the board, or on the sand, I guess, and you have to flip your Frisbee there. And if it's a like do not enter sign, like like those red circle with the line going through it.
Yeah.
Like, don't throw your Frisbees to that. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to throw my Frisbees to that. I was just like, oh, another target. But there's no explanation of, like, where you're supposed to throw it. Not until, like, you get out of the game, and then they just have, like, loading screens, and they have, like, here's some tips. And one of them was, don't throw them at the do not enter area. I'm like, oh, okay. So this one I did play with the button and controls, and I was just frustrated because... there was no like strategy to it except for not hitting the do not enter. I mean, I just hit a button and it didn't even matter. Like, it didn't matter where I was pointing. It seemed like just to go to the targets. So I was like, okay, that's crazy. I don't know. I didn't. It did not sit with me like the Wii Sports Resorts Frisbee game where you throw it where the dog would catch it in the air and stuff. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted it to be like that. And I hate saying that because I hate comparing games to other ones, but I think that's a version of it that they did a really good job, and this Frisbee one wasn't as good.
Even Tiger Woods 06 on the Wii had a Frisbee golf game on it that worked really well with the Wii Motion Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will admit, I didn't try the motions on the Frisbee, so I'll have to try that. Mm-hmm. But I will say, like, the button control, I mean, so you have the option of either, using controller or using buttons or using the motion. And it's just because I don't really play this game on my TV, or I mean, on the Switch on the TV. I usually play it in handheld mode. So this wasn't geared towards that at all. If you're going to play this game, either set it up on your table, right, with a little kickstand and play it that way, or set it up through your TV, because handheld mode's you're not going to get any enjoyment out of it. I'm just going to say that, like, it's not geared. I mean, I wish they wouldn't even. I understand why they included it, but I wish that they wouldn't have included it because it was such a bad experience. When I played with the motion controls, I was like, okay, this feels better. Like the golf. Like, I was totally thrown off with the button controls of the golf, but when I used the motion controls, it felt good. I was like, okay, I get this. This makes sense to me. Like, my mind understood it, but man, I had a really hard time with with the button controls.
See, and in my head, I'm just picturing people playing Frisbee with the motion controls, and like everybody in the world chucking their Joy-Cons across the room.
Yeah, that is something you have to be careful of. Yeah, for sure. The one thing I did like about the game, though, I mean, so the music in the background, when you first load it up, there's like it's kind of catchy music. I wish they would have had more music in the game, though. It's very like beach themed kind of music when they're playing in the background. I just wish there was more of it, like party beach music, kind of. I think that they could have improved there. Like, I liked what they included. I just wish there was more of it. And then the other thing I actually was really impressed with was when they showed the cutscene of you like going to the golf like range or whatever. Like they do this like little cutscenes where you're like practicing your swing and you're like acting all cocky and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like all cool, like kind of hipster. When I walked up to the actual when I was doing that cutscene, there was a plane flying by in the background. I was like, oh, that's cool, but that probably won't be, you know, that won't translate to actually when I'm playing the game. And then when it actually cut to me playing the game, that plane was still flying by. I was like, that is actually really cool. Like I noticed little things like that, like how they, you know, like they could have not done that, but they included that, you know, there was a random event that a plane was flying by and it did in the cutscene and back into the game. So I actually thought that was really kind of cool. And the golf game actually I liked the most. That felt good and it played well. And there's different holes, different courses you can unlock when you play. It's like a 3-hole course, a 6 and a 9, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that it's a Switch exclusive and it couldn't have worked on any other system because of the motion controls. I just wish that there was more of it. It was like more in depth because it's fun to play with like friends probably for a while, but I would not. It wasn't very fun playing it by myself. I'll just say that.
Well, yeah, it's a party game.
Yeah, it's a party game. Yeah.
So you'd say it's more geared towards like family. It'd be better fit for like family or just like again like a party game or something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you say now? Do you know how much it is?
I think it's $40.
Do you think at that price that it's that price point that's like probably where it should fall?
I think I would have been more comfortable if it was like $29.99.
Okay.
I think $40 is a little. I should probably look that up for sure to make sure it's 40, but I'm pretty sure it is. But I think, yeah, it's $39.99. Yeah, so it's $40. I think taking $10 off this game would have been more favorable. I think $40 is quite a bit to ask for this game. You know, like I said, there is other different modes. I was really excited about the jet ski mode because I loved Wave Racer, and there was just something weird about the physics of the water. It just didn't seem right. I don't know. And other skiers were trying to like hit me. I think it just went right.
It was like a road
It's
rash?
Combat racing.
Yeah, exactly. No, they just went right through me, and I was like, well, that seemed weird. That seemed awkward. I don't know. It didn't feel like Wave Race. And I hate comparing it to other games, but I just, you know, I was just like, oh, I really was looking forward to playing Wave Race, and it just disappointed me. The golf game, I think, was my favorite one. And you want to know what beach tennis is?
Yes.
It's just, you just take a ball and you're just hitting it back and forth in like a square area. There's no like net or anything. So you're just hitting it back and forth. So it's just, yeah,
Okay.
It's like a bocce ball. Yeah. And if it lands, it doesn't bounce, obviously. So it's like game over or the other point. So
It's not tennis at all.
It's tennis in the sense that you have rackets and you're hitting the ball back and forth.
Is it like that bird or is it a ball?
I think it's a ball.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a birdie. Or what do they call that? What's another word for that word? Is it a birdie?
Shuttlecock.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
That always makes me laugh, that word.
So you keep score in beach tennis, or
Yes. So I think it's like the first one up to like so many points. So it's not like tennis in the sense that there's like love or anything like that either. So it's kind of like volleyball in that sense, I guess.
But no net.
No net, just hitting the ball back and forth.
Okay.
You can't hit your opponents either. Wish you could like charge them and tackle them or something. Like that'd be awesome, right? But no.
Full contact beach tennis.
Yeah, exactly.
No, okay. When we have our merch store, that should be one of our shirts. Full
Yeah.
contact beach tennis.
Full
Oh my
contact
gosh.
beach tennis.
Yes. So, I mean, I will say if you're looking for something that's going to be different, that's a Switch exclusive, that you want to have like a party game, it's fine for that. I think it'll be fun. I just don't go out and buy this game for yourself and just play it because you're not gonna have fun. And the golf game I actually did enjoy, so I'll say that one I did enjoy playing by myself. But the rest of it's not. It's geared towards party play. So I mean, I guess that's why it's called Sports Party.
Yeah.
And play with the motion controls. Don't play with the button controls because your mind will not be able to handle it for sure.
Yeah.
You just need to free your mind, Roger.
I know. I gotta free my mind.
Yeah, take the blue pill.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, let's move on then to the games that we're currently playing. And Mike, you can start since you're our guest. You can go ahead and start. You're like the guest that's always in the air chair now. So.
All right, I'm the substitute.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, sounds good. So I've been playing some more Dragon Quest Builders.
Ooh, on the Switch, right?
Yep. So because my backlog is, especially with this month and the games that we talked about this week on Buy It or Leave It, there's just so much. I was staring at yesterday a copy of Diablo 3 and I'm like,
yeah.
But my backlog. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna jump into one of them. So I've been playing some Dragon Quest Builders. I just kind of started on this, but I am enjoying it. I played the demo a while ago and I enjoyed the demo. So it's nice to get into the full-fledged game itself, and it runs great on the Switch. I love the music because I played the first Dragon Warrior just nonstop. I ran that game ragged. Yeah. And it's got all the same music, obviously only orchestrated, and a lot of throwbacks to the first Dragon Warrior, so I'm really enjoying that. I also been playing some more Red Dead Redemption 2, just again, looking for smoke in the distance. I tried to rob a house. I went to sneak up to a house at nighttime just to see what was going on, but there was a dog on the front porch, and it started barking at me like crazy.
Yeah.
And then I went to sneak around the corner, and the owners of the house walked out the back door to see what the noise was that the dog was making. So I bolted. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna shoot. I'm not gonna do it. I'm out of here.
It's so crazy.
See, at first I was afraid you were gonna say that you shot the dog, and I was gonna be like, we can't be friends anymore.
Well, no, I didn't shoot the dog. I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm not even gonna bother. So, but I did rob a guy. I came across a guy that was panning for gold.
Oh, that's the best way. It's the best person to rob, right?
Yeah, and he found gold, and he started doing the 1800s prospector gold dance.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I got gold, I tell you.
I might need a visual of that dance. It's too bad it's a podcast.
There we go. I will supply the visual and throw that on a shirt as well.
Okay, yay!
I found gold dance.
We're going to have the best shirts.
I know we are. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of work to do.
So, but he found the gold. He started doing the gold dance, and I pressed the rob button, and Arthur Morgan goes, oh, I really appreciate you finding that gold for me.
Oh, nice.
I just thought it was cool. Just like that very small, subtle detail. And then, of course, the guy's like, you're not taking my gold. And he pulls out a gun, and I pulled out a gun. And long story short, I have more gold.
Oh, does he have his life anymore?
No.
Oh.
I killed. Hey, he pulled out the gun first. All I wanted was the gold. But then it's funny because I took him and I picked him up and I just tossed him into the river.
Oh my god!
And the
Did
current.
he swim?
Oh no, he was already dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a monster. It was just, and the current just started taking him away. I'm like, well, there goes the evidence.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I did that, and then I picked up Fallout 76.
Yeah.
So I was playing that, and I played it for about 2 hours, and I'm having fun with it. One of the things that I was worried about, and one of the guys on our show, Brian, is coming across being in an always multiplayer game. You're gonna come across nothing but jerks.
Yeah.
I came across 4 people. All of them were cool. I was actually I was having conversations with some of them.
Cool.
One of them showed me where I can find, some extra materials. I mean, it was just a lot. It was real chill.
Nice.
Somebody invited me to join his team. I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing this very long. So, but it was a fun experience. It's glitchy, it's buggy. But from what I played, when I get a full team of 4, I can see where the real enjoyment in this game lies.
Nice. Cool. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, what have you been playing?
This week, I started playing Okami.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And,
For what? What are you playing it on?
I'm playing it on the Switch.
Okay.
And I've never heard anything but the highest praise for this game. So I figured it was high time that I started playing it. And What you saying that like I'm gonna rip it a new one?
Yeah.
But
This is the build-up. It's the build-up.
It's supposed to be a good game, but
no, I played it for I don't know an hour or two, and I'm not in love with it yet. I'll just put it that way. It's definitely got a very slow beginning where it takes you through the story and the history and the long tutorial.
yeah.
And so I think that this is a game that you might be best enjoyed in handheld mode.
Oh.
Because, you have the 13 different brush powers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so in, like, the first combat tutorial is, like, it shows you how to beat down the guys to a certain point in their health when they're almost dead, and then you switch to the brush mode, and you're meant to kind of chop them in half. But it means, like, pushing a button to kind of enter a new screen, and then you've got to, with the left joystick, kind of go where you want the line to go and press the button, and it's a really slow thing. And so if you're in the middle of like, yeah, bah, 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 combat, and then it's like, okay, pause, and now I gotta go and get the brush, and it just totally ruins the flow of the game.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, so I think that if you were playing it in handheld and you could just push the button and then use your finger and just whoosh, there's your brush stroke, it would be a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Can you do, so is that how it works in handheld mode, that you use your finger then to swipe the?
I don't know. I would have to try it. But I mean,
okay.
it's the Switch has touchscreen, so why not?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work that way, then they made a mistake.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, yeah. I have it on the Wii, with the Wii remote, so that worked out okay. But yeah, I think that would be awesome if we could do that on the Switch with the finger, or with the touch screen, so.
And I guess, to be fair, you can use the Joy-Cons and play it with the motion controls, but I hate that, so I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing, I mean, obviously it's a gorgeous game and the music is wonderful, but the character voices are just like, kind of this computerized buzzing nonsense. They just do that the whole time they're talking, and they talk a lot.
Can we put that on a shirt too?
If you can figure it out phonetically, then yes, it totally needs to go on a shirt.
Can you turn that off? Can you turn that noise off? Or, I mean, I guess you can
No,
just
trust me, I looked. I
that's
looked
too bad.
everywhere. You can't turn it off. The only thing you can do is just turn off all the sound effects in the game, which
that sucks.
I don't want to do. But yeah, there's like you're accompanied by the little bug. What's his name? Ison or something like that. And he just won't shut up. He just talks and he talks and he talks and he's got all this attitude. And I'm like, cool little bug, whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, stop. Stop the buzzing. Stop the buzzing.
That's got to be on a shirt too. Oh my God, stop. Just stop the buzzing.
So, yeah, I mean, I have 100% faith that once I'm through all the tutorial stuff and all the early story stuff and I get to just play without the game interrupting me constantly, I have 100% faith that it gets so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I played a little bit of it, but I have never beaten it, so I guess you'll have to let me know what you think when you finally finish the game.
I will. I'll give a full proper review.
Nice. What else? Are you playing anything else?
I also played recently the Tetris Effect demo.
Oh yeah.
When it was out on the PS4. I think it made me feel old.
Oh.
Because it's like somebody said, let's make Tetris, but a rave. And so there's like, there's all this like loud, like rave music, and there's all these whole light show going on in the background. And then in the middle of the screen, you have your little tiny Tetris board and all this stuff going on the side. And I'm like trying so desperately to block out all of that extra stuff so that I can just focus on Tetris. And I don't know. I did not enjoy it, actually.
Oh, wow. Did it make you feel old because it brought you back to your rave days or what?
No.
Bust out the glow sticks.
Yeah, exactly. No, it made me feel old because I'm like, can I just please go back to regular Tetris, like regular NES, old school Tetris, where it's just, not the extra stuff.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, so I will probably not be getting that one.
Oh, well, it's a good thing for the demo, right?
Yeah, see, exactly. That's why I'm thankful for demos.
Nice. Yeah, nice callback.
Yeah, because I come across like probably just as many games that I'm glad that I didn't buy as I am that, now I want to buy this full version.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
See, anything else?
Yeah, I guess I did play also the demo of Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh, yeah. Because did you play it before or after the Tetris Effect?
I played it before.
Okay.
And that one I totally love. It's so much fun. That game is like the physical copy. Because here's how much I liked it. I don't want to just download it. I want a physical copy of it so I can have it forever and ever. And now it's on like the top of my Christmas list.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a fun game. Mm-hmm. When you get it, we'll have to play online because I have it as well.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. And I love it because you can do the mode where you face off against somebody and you have to play both games, not just Tetris and not just the Puyo Puyo, but it switches you back and forth.
Yeah.
So you have to prove that you're good at both games.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, definitely. And I think you can get it cheap now because I think I got my copy for like $20 or something like that.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, if you get to if you buy it at used game stores, you can find it pretty cheap.
Oh, maybe because there's like a store on my way home. So I might need to just like swing by and see.
Nice. Let's see. For myself, I have been playing some Diablo 3. So that is really fun. Yeah, I love it. On the Switch, it is definitely my favorite version of the game on the Switch. The Switch version, I should say, because I don't know. How cool is it that you get to play Diablo 3 on the go? So that is so cool. Mike, you got to get the game.
You're not making this any easier for me, Roger.
I played the Necromancer I've never played the Necromancer before. And a friend of mine that I work with, his name is Steve. He plays Mario Karts against Christian and I as well. And last weekend, he said, "Hey, I said to him, are you going to play the game?" And he said, "Yeah, but probably not until late." And I said, "Well, that's fine." And I messaged him. I saw him online at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I said, "Hey, want to play some Diablo?" And we started new characters and we played until the Skeleton King. And we defeated the Skeleton King and we played until like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, I got to go to bed now. But enjoying my time with that. And then Sports Party, obviously, I've been playing that. And I've also been playing Let's Go Eevee. Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, or whatever the name of the game is. So, yeah, I picked up the Let's Go Pokemon game.
Ah.
You enjoying it? Yeah, I am. Oh, man. It's like I'm going to have to go out and play more Pokemon Go now. So because of it, but no, it's fun. I mean, and the cool thing is that my daughter gets to play with me, so you can just shake the second controller and they just jump in and they take whatever your Pokemon are in your party. They can use your Pokemon and you can take on boss battles then with both of you playing, which is awesome. And she knows way more Pokemon than I do. So she's like, "Whoa, this is blah, 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 and it evolves to the blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but cool. I'm glad that you know that stuff. So yeah, we're having a blast with that game. I'll have to play more of that this week. Yeah, she really loves it. So it's fun. It's fun to play that with her.
Good.
Yeah. That's all I've been really playing then. There's one other game I'm playing, but I can't talk about it until the embargo's up. So I will have to hold off on that until I think, next weekend I can talk about it. So I'll wait until then. Okay, so then let's do this. Let's take a break. And then when we come back, we'll get into our hot topic. So stay tuned. Creativity wins in this colorful freestyle scooter championship. In Crayola Scoot, more tricks means more color, and color can change the world in impossible ways. So get ready to take on Scoot Legends in a rainbow of thrilling events, or grab 3 friends for a split-screen color clash. Crayola Scoot, coming to Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC in the US on October 16th. It's time to make your mark on Scoot Park.
When the universe might be in danger, who will save the day and protect the humans? Never fear, Jedamero is here to save the day. Or, at least, Jedamero will try their best. Watch out for that building, Jedamero! Jedamero, Hero of the Universe, is a relaxing journey through the cosmos, unraveling an emotional story about a giant, indestructible robot. Rocket through a beautifully stylized procedural universe and discover the history of Jedamero while jamming to a collection of down-tempo sci-fi jams. Coming to the Nintendo Switch on October 4th and available for pre-order now. Jedamero, Hero of the Universe.
Hey, this is Roger from the Gamerheads Podcast.
And this is Mike from the Controller Throwers Podcast.
Starting the week of October 14th, you'll be able to listen to both of our shows by subscribing to one network, the Gamerheads Podcast Network.
That's right. Each Sunday, you'll be able to listen to new episodes of the Gamerheads Podcast, and each Wednesday, you'll be able to listen to new episodes of the Controller Throwers.
2 great shows under one roof.
Make sure you subscribe on Podbean at gamerheadspodcast.podbean.com, or you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get new episodes of your favorite podcast.
The Controller Throwers and Gamerheads, a great team up just like Bonnie and Clyde.
They both died.
Thelma and Louise.
No.
Okay, Sonny and Cher?
No, not that either.
Kim and Kanye?
Close enough.
And welcome back to Gamerheads. This week our hot topic is what game we think is going to win the Game of the Year award at the Game of the Year Awards show, or the Game Awards show, I guess that's what it's called. So the nominees are Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that's from Ubisoft, and Celeste from Matt Makes Games, God of War from Sony Santa Monica, Marvel's Spider-Man from Insomniac Games, Monster Hunter World from Capcom, and Red Dead Redemption 2 from Rockstar Games. So out of those games, which do you think is deserving of the Game of the Year and why? So Mike, I'll start with you.
Okay, so first I'm going to start with a question. Have either of you played Celeste?
I have.
No, it's on my Switch waiting for me.
Oh, Blue, you have to play the game.
I know!
It's been nominated for so many awards at the show, and I've heard of it before, and but I never got a chance to play it. But is it like really that amazing of a game?
It is. It's really good. It's really hard, so it's a hard puzzler game.
Well,
but
it must be because it's like looking at all the other titles up there, and it's on this list like the little game that could.
I know, right?
Like going to bat for all indie games everywhere.
I know.
That's impressive.
I know, and I'm really glad they included it. I'm a little shocked, but I'm glad that they included it. But I can't think of a game that would have replaced it. No, I can't think of a game that would have been something else that should have been in its stead. So I'm glad that they did include it.
If I were to pick a game of the year, personally, I would be a write-in, and I would write Octopath Traveler, but that's just me.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
But out of this list, you know what? I'm gonna probably just go with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I know that's the easy answer, and and all that, but it really is like the attention to detail in the game, it became an event when that game released. I mean, considering it's been almost 10 years since we got the last one, the game shattered all entertainment records when it released. It's made a ton of money, and if the biggest complaint that people have about the game is that it's too realistic, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm going to, but Blue, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I say God of War, 110%. I mean, that also was a huge event to see Kratos come back and see how his character has evolved, like especially those of us who have played it since the beginning of the series, just to see how, in a sense, that he's grown up, and just to see the heavy story element. And of course, it's a beautiful experience, and it's not, true open world, but there is all these extra places that you can go and explore and do side quests and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I say God of War all the way.
Wow. Yeah, I had that on my backlog. I have not played it yet, so I gotta play it this week too.
You are going to be busy.
I am going to be busy. For me, as much as I love Red Dead 2, because I love Red Dead 2, I'm gonna have to say Spider-Man for me. Because I haven't gotten into a game like that, like got that much enjoyment out of a game in a really long time. And Spider-Man is just, it felt like I was really Spider-Man going through the city. And in fact, so much so that I was having dreams about being Spider-Man. Although I did have dreams about Red Dead Redemption 2, so that was also kind of weird. But
not
yeah.
at the same time, right?
No, not the same time. No,
that'd be a lot cooler. Be Spider-Man swinging through.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, the Wild West.
Yep.
No, but I would have to say Spider-Man because, and that's another game that broke a lot of records. I mean, that was like the most, I want to say like the most money that that Sony has made on a exclusive game, I think, in a weekend or something like that. It was crazy. But, boy, man, we had a really good year, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess the next question is, so we've all said who we want to win, but who do you think will win?
I think Red Dead 2 will win. What do you think, Mike?
I think if it's not Red Dead, it'll be Celeste, just because it's like the indie game, that one game. You know what I mean? Just for the wow factor.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
That would be so cool. And it would be well-deserving, too, because it's a great game. So, what do you think, Blue? Who do you think is going to win?
I think God of War will win. I know a lot of people love Red Dead, but I've also heard a lot of people say that they don't care for it. And like Mike was saying, if your biggest complaint is that it's too realistic, but mainly what I hear, and I haven't played it, so I don't know, but what I hear is that it's just so slow.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if enough people will get behind it then.
Yeah.
Because of the pacing. That's
a really good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts, listeners? You can let us know what you think. You can send us a tweet at GamerheadsPC. You can also send us an email at info@gamerheadspodcast.com. Or you can go online, our new website, and go to the Contact Us page and leave us a message there. And our website is gamerheadspodcast.com. So check us out on our new site and sign up there as well for being a member. So it's cool.
T-shirts coming soon.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So before we go then, can we just go around and tell people how they can get a hold of us? Mike, how can people get a hold of you?
You can follow me over on Twitter at TC Throwers. That's at TC Throwers. We do our podcast, The Controller Throwers, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock at twitch.tv/TC Throwers. So you can come check us out there. And you can also download the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and, of course, at gamerheadspodcast.podbean.com.
Nice. Absolutely. And, Blue, how can people get a hold of you?
The easiest way to find me is on Twitter. I am at WritersView, and it's spelled with a Y, so WRY. And then I also have a website, which is writersview.com.
Nice. And you can get a hold of us again, like like I said before, on Twitter at GamerheadsPC. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GamerheadsPodcast, and go online as well at GamerheadsPodcast.com. All right, thanks everybody for listening, and thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you, Blue, for joining us as well.
No problem.
All right, thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a nice Thanksgiving, all.
Later.
So long.